Hey there gang, welcome back. It's me, Skyworld, and today we're going to be discussing a new method I found to play Skylanders online. Because, today, most people you'd want to play Skylanders with aren't really just living right down the street. They're online. So obviously, being able to play online is preferred, but the only game that offers this as an official system is Superchargers, and even though I think that's a good game, it's also not cross-platform, and even though Superchargers is good, you want to be able to play the other games too if it's an option. We're going to get into that today. This new method does allow you to play the last 4 games, and you can play them on console without any PC emulation. So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. So in this method, there are 2 players, of course, the host and the secondary player. The host is the one that's doing all the stuff. They're the only one that can use Skylanders, so hopefully they're the one that has the bigger collection. And they are going to be playing off their console. Yes, this does work on console. Mainly the Xbox Series X or Xbox One. I've heard that PlayStation has a remote play feature, but I don't have a PlayStation, so I haven't been able to test that. Anyway, the host is going to need one of the 4 modern Skylander games on the new gen consoles, a Portal, and at least 2 Skylanders to play. And obviously an internet connection, but no duh. And then for the second player, all they technically need is a cell phone with preferably a controller that they can pair to that cell phone. But it works much better on a laptop or a PC, but they could technically play off a cell phone. So, step 1 is technically optional, but I strongly advise it. The first thing you want to do is create a brand new Xbox account that you don't care about, because in order to play, both players will need to be logged in to the same Xbox account. So unless you want to give your main account login information to your secondary player, I recommend making a whole new account. So, you don't have to worry about any security risks. And then the second player is going to want to sign on to that account on the Xbox app. And the Xbox app can either be used on PC or laptop or mobile phones, depending on what display they want to use to play, which, like I said, PC or laptop is recommended because it provides a wider display to play on, but it can be technically done with mobile too. Next up, the players will need to enable cloud gaming play on Xbox. Second player needs to go into the Xbox app, signed in with the account of course, go to their profile, and then add a console down in the bottom right of the screen. Then the first player turns on the console and signs in with the same account. Then just go through the remote play setup and get it working. And if the second player is having trouble connecting to the first player's console, a problem may be with the host's internet NAT type. And if there's still issues, you can just check the Xbox help page for remote play. But overall, once you got that going, the first player is going to need to put in the Skylander game of choice and load it up on their console. And then the second player just needs to get on the Xbox app and initiate cloud gaming play. And as the first player gets into the game, as long as the second player has a controller paired to their device and they're pressing A, kind of just like making sure there's a connection between the consoles, then you'll see at the bottom right of the screen for any of the Skylander games that it works on, press A to join, and then second player just presses A to join. First player puts another Skylander on the portal for the second player, and there you go, you're in. Now you can pretty much play Skylanders co-op. There has been a problem of the second player randomly disconnecting. After they disconnect, they'll usually reconnect in pretty quick time. And that might just be if they have slower internets. Yes, I'll admit this method is not perfect. If the host or the second player have bad internet, then the second player's screen will turn into an absolute sea of pixels, and the second player's experience will ultimately be pretty bad. But if both players are rocking a solid internet connection, then this could be a pretty nice way to play the Skylander games co-op in 2020. I feel like the biggest draw of this method is you can play Trap Team, Swap Force, and Skylanders Imaginators without PC emulation, when previously that was the only way to play those games online. Now all you need is one of the main consoles that exists. And like I said, I've heard from a friend that PlayStation has a similar cloud gaming feature, and that has not been tested by me, but you might be able to do this method on PlayStation as well. I don't know. Either way, I hope this helped. If you have any questions, refer to Xbox's help page if it's about cloud gaming, and if there's something else, you can ask me. I really hope this helped you play with your pals on the good old-fashioned Skylander video games. This is Skyworld. You're so skibbity.